So the next thing is what we have is our attendance card. So we explain to them this is a feature, okay? So I'll go through it now. What we have is you have benefits and features. To understand what the difference is between a benefit and a feature is really simple. You have a feature, that our attendance card is our feature. So what I now need to do is say, so what? So what? You have an attendance card. So I want to get an answer, okay, so how is this going to benefit the person who's coming in, rather than just making it a feature? So I want to explain to them that, that this is here for them to track their progress, for us to be able to see how many classes that they're doing per week, or if they're turning up to class. Now what we have is a MIA system. An MIA system is a missing in action. It's a simple system. Is if they don't turn up, and you can tell this from their cards, so each week you do the MIAs, what you do is you take the cards out. You have two boxes. If you're going to use a card system, which is real foolproof, I mean you can get electronic systems as well, which use fingerprints, and you can punch in their numbers, you have barcodes. There's loads of different ways. We use a basic system, doesn't cost a great deal, or hardly anything really, just a case of getting these cards printed. You have a copy of them as well, so you can get them printed quite easily. All we do is we have a black box that the cards are in at the beginning of the week. They take the card out, they mark it, they put it in the red box. At the end of the week, if it's still in the black box, they've not turned up to class. So we go through with them. Some people put it back in the black box, they don't get the system because it's really tricky to figure it out. But that was sarcasm, apologies for that. But sometimes they leave them in the black box. So what we do is we put those that we know have turned up, and we put them back into the red box so we know where they are. Those that haven't been, and we explain it to them. And so, Jane, these are our attendance cards. Now these are one of the features that we have here within Bootcamp. Now the benefit of having the attendance cards for yourself is that you can see your progress. You can track how many classes you're doing all the time. You can see all the X's or the ticks that you've put on there, and you can see how many classes you've done in the last 6 months to 12 months that you've been with us. Now, what it does say on here as well is all the G's are the gradings. So when we do our grading or testing every couple of months, you can see when these are. So now we don't put you forward for these, which I'll explain in a second to you. What we do is we'll check with you just to make sure everything's okay. When you've made a small amount of progress, then we put you forward to do the testing. I'll explain a bit more detail in it later on in the talk. So you can also see on there when the bank holidays are, so you know that we're not open on those days as well, and so on. So I do is explain to you that this is the benefit. Now the main benefit to you is that you need, you're coming to us because you need motivation, you want to get the results. And the gyms or the other fitness classes that you've gone to and the other weight loss places that you've been to just aren't working for you. So we're here to make sure that you get it. So this goes on to what we call MIA. This is where we give you a good kick up the backside. So if you don't turn up, we're on the phone to you to make sure you get your butt back in class. Is that okay with you, Jane? Yeah? And then we nod a little bit, and then Jane nods back. Okay, so that's a little bit how I do it, or how it's done. So it's really, really simple. Feature, the benefit of this is that if for them they can see their progress, they can see when grading or testing is coming up, and they can also see when we can also see, when they have not turned up to class. And when they've not turned up to class, we phone them, we give them a hard time and find out why they haven't been. Give them the hard time once you've found out why they haven't been. If it's a really good excuse, as in something happened in the family, they couldn't get there because of work commitments, then fair enough. If it's the fact that they're a bit sheepish in giving you the answer, then you know that they couldn't be bothered, so give them a hard time and explain to them. Use a little bit of emotion behind it as well. Look, you came to us because of whatever reason, so make sure that you turn up next time. We can't help you unless you help yourself. So we explain this, that's the attendance card.